Hey there, everyone. Welcome back and thanks for tuning in. So, I just want to do a quick little video, just kind of talking, a little bit of chit chat about some pieces I've picked up in the last few weeks, and I don't know, maybe I'll dive into a couple other things. I don't know, we'll see what happens. We'll see as the video goes on. So I guess I'm going to start this video with, let's see here, let's do some 45s. So last week, I think it was, I answered an online ad where this gentleman was cleaning out his house, and he was looking to get rid of some records, and he was kind enough to send me a list of what he had, and there was less than 10 I was actually interested in, but I'm always thinking outside the box. I'm always thinking, looking for a good deal, and just thinking outside the box. And this a little crooked. Or maybe I should just go like that and even it out. So I answered the ad, and I was interested, like I said, I was interested in less than 10 albums, but I'd gotten there, and I went through. He was kind enough to actually hold what I was looking at, or was asking for, and a lot of people don't like doing that. They just first come, first serve. So he held them for me, and it actually turns out that I was the first one there. So I picked out what I wanted, and I had pretty much I had a price I was willing to pay. He was selling, it was $1 a piece, and I was like, yeah, that's fine. He asked if I wanted anything else, and I said not really. It wasn't anything I was really interested in. I mean, I would have if he wanted to donate them to me, but I didn't want to pay for them because they were ones I already had or whatever. And he said, well, make an offer on everything. I said, I don't mean to sound repetitive, but I wasn't interested. And so I offered him $10. I said, I'll give you $10 for everything. I mean, okay, So in those LPs, he had some 45s framed up, which I'll be quite honest with you, there was really no reason to have them framed. They weren't like anything special, in my opinion, anyway. And they were so not special, I really don't remember what they were. But he had them framed up in frames, and I was like, oh. Before I left the house, I already knew exactly what I was going to do. I was already going to do with them. Blah, blah. Little tongue-tied there. So, I said, okay, sure. So I took everything, and so I decided to put some of my 45s that I've been actually, I was planning on doing this at some point, and this just kind of expedited that. So, these frames were part of the deal, and this one is on the Scorpio label. This is the Gollywogs. And you Fogarty or CCR fans out there will know. So basically what I did was I came up with this myself. I took the 45 adapter, and I just put a little bit of hot glue, and the 45 is untouched, in good shape. The kids are horse playing. Hold on 1 minute. Alrighty, come here. Come here. Come here. You want to go? You want to show? Come on. Come on. Say hi. Say hi. Say hi. And get it out. Get it out of your system. Alrighty. You want to stay right here? You're gonna sit. All right. You want to go play? Okay. So, yeah, they show really well, and I really like how it came out. I took the other 45s, and I don't know what I did with them. I think I just put them in to sell, or I might have put them in my own collection. I don't remember. I can't remember what I did 10 minutes ago, so by the time this video was done, I won't remember I did it. Let's see. Let's see that one. Let's do. Actually, there was one I actually kept in there because it's what's that word I'm looking for? It is owed the respect So I'll show you that one in a minute. So this next one, so John Fogerty fans out there, his infamous Hoodoo album. So Hoodoo, from what I remember, hey, Hoodoo is basically, I mean, this is an album that was, you know, never released officially. Hoodoo, basically, if I remember correctly, is you're chasing something that isn't really there. If I remember what the meaning was correctly. So anyway, this one is this was a white label promo, and a lot of them are, because they were never officially released. The album was done. If all of you or any of you are unaware of it, I'll just do a brief story. It was the album he did after CCR broke up, and he wasn't happy with the album. He's a perfectionist to this day, and the album just did not fit his standards. Although the album was done, the album art was done, it was finished and ready to go, and some stories say he pulled the plug, other stories say the record label pulled the plug. In my opinion, listening to the album, he pulled the plug, because it's not that very good. I wish he would revisit. I have said this before. I wish he would revisit the album. I wish he would redo the entire album, completely redo it, re-record everything. I just historical part, you know, would be great. Just, you know, just to say it's done. But it would be nice to see or hear him revisit the album. So John, if you're watching, you know, maybe we'll get a petition going and we'll get you to redo the Hoodoo album. Call it the Hoodoo Do. So anyway, I have two of these. White label promo. It is, one side is You Got the Magic. Okay. The other side is Evil Thing. Okay. And the last 45 I'm going to show is a 45 that is as it was when I bought it from this gentleman. I just thought it kind of, you know, fit, so I just decided to leave it. It's Queen, Bohemian Rhapsody. Nothing special. It's not signed or a white label promo or anything, but it's a Bohemian Rhapsody, so it's staying. The last one, staying with the John Fogerty. This is on the Bellaphon label. This is John Fogerty's from Hoodoo. You Got the Magic and the Evil Thing picture sleeve. So basically what I did with this one is I put it, if you can't tell, I put it in a protective 45 sleeve, or the one it came in. And I just glued the four corners so the picture sleeve is untouched. And one day when I meet him, maybe I'll have him sign that. But that is, I was super stoked to have that in the frame, because I actually wasn't sure if it was going to frame well, and it fits perfect right in there. So there you go. The next couple of things I'm going to show, some photos. Quick little story. Story time, gentlemen, or children. So again, I answered a Craigslist ad. This guy was selling what he thought were authentic concert posters. That, like the ones that are on the stock card. I think it was a stock card. Yeah, it's like a thick cardboard. Lost my train of thought there for a sec. I don't know, what is it? It's probably about 14 inches by 20 inches or so. They're pretty common. A lot of them, they weren't made to last. They were just made to put up on a wall and tear down when they were done. But a lot of people collect them, and they were lucky enough to have originals. So I did a little bit of research. One I was looking at was Pearl Jam and Metallica. It was on one poster. A little bit of research. They were not authentic. They were they were fakes, but nice to have in the music room anyway. Did a little bit of research, and I found out that Pearl Jam and Metallica never toured to begin with, so right off the bat, I knew it wasn't real. And when I saw it in person, it was that one, and it was another one. The other one was Nirvana, I think it was. And when I actually saw them in person, I could tell right away that they were fakes. And I don't know if he said he didn't know, and when I explained it to him, he seemed to be genuine, but I'm not really too sure if he knew they were fake and he was trying to pass them off. But we knew right away that I knew going into this when I went to his house, we had already established that I thought that they were fake, but I'd be more than happy to take a look at them. So, but he was a nice guy. He wasn't trying to say, yo, you douchebag, you're an asshole, and but he was totally understanding about it. So, but my point being, I had gone there. And he had some other things, that he was looking to sell, swap, or trade, and I was interested in those things. So we had agreed on an album or two, and he had some publicity photos that I was interested in, pertaining to music, of course, and the photos were not in the best of shape. I'm not going to tell the whole story about how he acquired them, but he were in these really crappy, like a light wood, actually, like this color wood, just crappy frames, like dollar frames, and they were just rough. They were bent and dirty, and I saw potential, so I took them home. I did a little bit of research, and I learned a little bit about photography in the process. I cleaned these up really good. I flattened them out. I washed them, and I bought new frames, and I brought them back to life. So, first one is going to be Janis Joplin. Okay, again, these were in terrible condition. Well, poor condition. Okay, I flattened them out. I cleaned them, and there's Janis Joplin. Maybe that's Woodstock. So, I only got a couple minutes left, so I'm going to keep on moving. Keep on chewing. Let's see here. We have a little bit of Jimi Hendrix. I almost forgot his name. A little bit of Jimi Hendrix here. Okay. And nice and flat, no wrinkles. Nice and clean. Quick thing about photos like this. You can literally take an alcohol pad, like ones that you find in a hospital, or they use in a hospital, or ones you can just regular alcohol, I guess. But I had alcohol pads. I work in a hospital, so I had a few in my pocket. So, alcohol pads. If you want to clean a photo, all you have to do is take the alcohol pad and just rub it back and forth. I basically just did one swipe like that because I didn't want to be too aggressive, and I just, after I flattened them, I just kind of wipe them clean with alcohol. That's all it takes. The Doors. I don't know, maybe that's I forgot his name. Ed Sullivan Show. I don't know. But there's one. Great shot too. I love that. It's a nice shot of the whole band anyway. And the last one, Monterey Pop Festival. We all know Mr. Jimmy and his infamous guitar, which I believe that guitar went for sale a few years back for a shit ton of money. But yeah, Jimi Hendrix at the Monterey Pop Festival. And if any of you have not seen it, you should. I have the DVD. It stands right next to Woodstock, maybe even before it. It was just such a, not time-wise, I mean, just as good as it was, obviously. So, just, yeah. It's my favorite one, I think. So, that's it. That's it, kids. Just want to do a quick video, and maybe I should, if any of you have not seen my previous video, one or two before this one, and you like the Beatles, take a look. Some good stuff in there. I loved doing that video, and I got a bit lucky on that pick. But anyway, if you're interested in that video, take a look back, and peace. Have a good week.